Okay, so here's the thing. When GPT 3.5 came out, it was already pretty mind blowing, right? I mean, we're talking about AI that can help you write essays, plan your day, even craft dad jokes if you're into that kind of thing. But then OpenAI drops GPT-4, and suddenly everyone's saying it's so much better, so much smarter, it's more accurate, it's basically the Einstein of AI models. But is it really? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of those topics that's been on everyone's mind of late. ChatGPT 3.5 versus ChatGPT 4. Let's get into it. Let's start with what actually changed. So think of GPT 3.5 as that friend who's super helpful but sometimes gets the details wrong. Like for example, you ask them to bring a veggie pizza to your party and they show up with a pepperoni. GPT-4 on the other hand is more like a friend who double checks everything. So if you ask them for a veggie pizza, they'll make sure to ask if you want extra mushrooms or if someone's allergic to olives and so on. The big deal here is accuracy. GPT-4 was trained on way more data, so it's better at getting the facts right. This means fewer hallucinations, as they call it, which is just a fancy way of saying it's less likely to give you answers that sound legit but are actually way off. Let's talk about complexity and nuance. Here's where GPT-4 really starts flexing. So let's say you need help writing a business proposal and you want it to be formal but also have like a human tone to it. GPT 3.5 might give you something that's sort of okay but a bit robotic. GPT 4 though, it's like it really gets the tone you're looking for. It's more versatile whether you need professional, casual, or even sarcastic responses. And when it comes to handling layered instructions, like if you say, give me a 3-paragraph summary, then also give me a snappy title, and also throw in some hashtags while you're at it, GPT-4 can juggle that much better without missing a beat. Now, when it comes to speed versus quality, not everything is rainbows and butterflies with GPT-4. There is a bit of a trade-off. So GPT 3.5 is faster when you just need a quick answer or you're running simpler tasks. It's like going to your local fast food joint. It's fast and reliable. GPT-4 is more like going to a nice restaurant where they take a little more time to prepare your meal, but the quality is next level. So if you're just firing off rapid questions, you might not notice much difference at all. But if you're doing something more detailed, GPT-4's slower processing is definitely worth the wait. Let's discuss personalization and context. Ever had those moments where you're deep into a conversation and ChatGPT suddenly forgets what you were talking about? Super frustrating, right? Like GPT-4 is better at maintaining context over longer chats, which makes it feel more natural and less like you're starting from scratch every 5 minutes. So whether you're brainstorming ideas or writing long reports, it's nice not to have to constantly remind it what you said 10 prompts ago. I remember once using GPT 3.5 to plan a trip. I asked for some restaurant recommendations, then shifted gears to ask about nearby attractions, and suddenly it was back to talking about taco places again. So GPT-4 keeps up with the flow better, so it's less of a scatterbrain in those situations. Talking about multimodal capabilities. Now this is where things get really exciting. GPT-4 can process more than just text. It's multimodal. So it can actually understand images too. Imagine uploading a picture of your fridge and asking GPT-4, what can I cook with this? And it gives you recipe ideas based on what's inside. GPT 3.5 can't do that. While the image analysis feature isn't available to everyone yet, it shows where AI is headed. It's like going from texting someone to video calling. It's a whole new level. Let's talk about something that's been a big topic in AI: ethics and bias. GPT 3.5 was pretty good, but sometimes it would spill out stuff that was biased or inappropriate, awkward even. GPT-4 has leveled up in this area. OpenAI put more work to reduce harmful content, making it more reliable if you're using it for sensitive topics or anything where you need to be extra careful with your wording. Of course, no AI is perfect, but GPT-4 is headed in the right direction for sure and is better at handling those grey areas. It's kind of like having a more socially aware friend who knows what's okay to say and when to hold back. So here's the big question. Do you stick with GPT 3.5 or go all in on GPT 4? The answer really depends on what you're doing and what you're using the AI for. So if you're having casual conversations, writing short emails, or doing everyday tasks, GPT 3.5 is still a solid pick. It's quicker, and for straightforward stuff, it gets the job done. But if you're working on a more complex project like generating creative content, conducting research, or managing long conversations where the context really matters, GPT-4 is absolutely worth it. It's the difference between using a simple tool and having an expert assistant who can keep up with your detailed requests. So here's where I land on it. If you're someone who's pushing the boundaries of what AI can do, GPT-4 is a game changer. It's more accurate, more nuanced, and feels more in tune with the kind of support you need. But if you're happy with the basics and just need quick responses, GPT 3.5 is still a great option. It's like choosing between a mid-tier and a premium version of a software. The upgrades are noticeable and useful, but only if you actually need them. So weigh what's more important to you and pick the one that fits your workflow best. That's a wrap for today. I hope this cleared up some of the key differences between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment if you've tried both versions. I'd love to hear your experiences. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.